I was pleased to hear I'll be talking to a good old mate of mine today, and it's about an important issue. It's the Stop the Coward Punch week for 2021. And the four-time world champion boxer Denny Green is at the forefront of this and has spoken fervently about the need to make sure this doesn't happen, as it's happened previously after the death of poor Thomas Kelly way back in 2012. The Coward Punch campaign aims to raise awareness and educate the devastating impact of the Coward Punch scourge. And he's on the line right now. Denny, g'day.
G'day, Ray. How you going, old mate?
Fighting fit, mate. Now, this is a very important initiative, and I applaud your interest in it, and I applaud you being part of it. In fact, you're the main part of it. You're it. Stop the Coward Punch, and we've got to get that message out to young fellas particularly.
Yeah, cheers, Ray. Thanks for having me on, mate, and quickly say thanks to you for your support over the years for the campaign, because it's guys like yourself who are able to spread the message to the masses. You have such a big following, and many people listen to what you say, mate. So the fact that I'm able to come on your show and talk about it, and you're able to promote it, is a massive help for the campaign and for Australians in the community. So thank you, Ray. And it's a problem. I started in 2012 and wasn't quite sure where it was going to go, and didn't know what to do. Just thought I'm going to start an ad and give an ad to the government to try and make a difference, to reach out to young blokes who may think that because I'm a fighter I condone this type of cowardice, which I completely don't. No one at my level, top line fighters of any combat sport, whether it's MMA, boxing, martial arts, kickboxing, anything, no one respects or condones it. And it's a problem in our community. It seems it's kind of bizarre. I just don't understand why people think it's cool, tough, or okay to just hit someone, particularly when they don't know it's coming. It's just disgusting. But luckily, we've had some government funding of late. And I might add, no one gets paid a single cent. I've never been paid a single cent to this campaign for over 9 years. We do it for the right reasons, and it's made a difference because we had some groundbreaking world-first research done from the Victoria Institute of Forensic Medicine, which has come back with a study, a massive body of research that's shown us that the trend of deaths from coward punches since 2012 up until now is declining. So it's a massive shot in the arm for the campaign, everyone that works so hard on the campaign, and it's also a big plus for people like the AHA, the Australian Hoteliers Association, who have been a massive supporter of the campaign, who have been campaigning in their own industry with safe service of alcohol, responsible service of alcohol, security guards, etc., over the years to try and curb antisocial behaviour within their precinct. So we found out that most of the incidents, 70% of incidents, are not happening in licensed areas. They're happening at homes, in domestic issues, at parties, parks, bus stations, train stations, on the streets. So it was a real eye-opener because many people think that it happens in pubs and clubs, but it doesn't. It's happening in other areas, which was really important, which enables us to then go with another company we've partnered with called Cool Australia, who are going to inject into the curriculum this information that we have from VIFM to then educate the youth. We're going to go into the schools. Teachers are going to access our programs to then educate their students. So they're equipped with knowledge about coward punches, the ramifications, what signs to look out for, potential danger signs to look out for, so they can get home safely at night. So it's going to equip the youth of today moving forward with a better understanding about the it's not a glamorous issue, but the subject around coward punches.
You know, I'm reading the report and have looked at before the Victorian Institute of Forensic Medicine that you've mentioned, and I was astounded because, like most, I guess, ill-informed people, you think, it's young blokes getting to the pub or the club on a Saturday night and having a stink. But as you pointed out, we're talking about domestic settings, public areas like train stations, shopping centres and the like. And then the other thing I noted that, 58% of the attacks take place that relate in, these dreadful matters Monday to Friday, and Saturday's only 25.6% of the total number of people impacted by it. So I guess we're looking at a whole range of issues we weren't aware of until the Victorian Institute of Forensic Medicine had this study, and a very important one.
Yeah, correct, Ray. It was a real eye-opener for many people. Like you said, that's a really important statistic. Only 25% roughly on a Saturday night, which most people would assume it's all on a Saturday night. So there's a lot of work to be done now to then form the education pieces that are going to go into the schools to educate the youth of our country around the coward punches. But this piece of research has really, really enabled us to drill down on where we can focus our resources to try and best educate and arm the young kids of Australia with the right information to A, prevent them doing it or prevent it happening to them.
See, when I was a young bloke, it was described, and this is the credit to you. This is the credit to you. It was called a king hit. You know, someone got king hit, and people would say, well, what's about king? What king that associates something a bit higher than someone else, and you nominated as a coward punch, and that's what it's universally known as now. Occasionally, you might hear someone say it, but usually, even blokes I talk to, knockabouts, will say, "Oh, what about that coward punch incident the other night?" As opposed to years gone by, it was a king hit. So you, my friend, are responsible for calling it what it is. It's a cowardly act by someone who is a coward.
Yeah, it is, Ray. Cheers, mate. And it was a bit awkward at first. People were a bit like, what does that mean? It's a bit strange. It sounds weird. And I thought it as well. I thought, I've got to continue, got to persevere with this because it'll work. And in 9 short years, the vernacular in society's changed where judges and magistrates are handing down sentences referencing the term coward punches, lead stories, lead nightly news, front page newspapers referencing the term coward punches. And it was a very simple yet effective tool to stigmatise and de-glorify what is a hideous, putrid, gutless act and call it for exactly what it is. You're a coward if you do this stuff.
You're a champion in more ways than one. It's on from Sunday the 14th to Friday the 19th, supported by a national campaign. And, of course, it's aimed primarily at men or boys, 14 to 35 as the case may be. And you're right, we start with the young ones and we change the attitude and the concept. And I appreciate your time as always. Look forward to seeing you when this stupid COVID's all over. You can come back to the eastern states where I can come and see you.
I look forward to it, Ray. You're the man, mate. I appreciate you having me on, mate. Thank you.
Thanks, Danny. 4-time world champion boxer, founder of Stop the Coward Punch campaign. And look, I called a couple of his fights in the old days, but got to know him. And as good a fighter as he was, world champion, he's a better bloke. Great fighter, but a better bloke, because he did this in 2012 and Stop the Coward Punch, it's called. Now, if you wanted to read more about it and draw attention to it, there is a website, cowardpunchcampaign.com, or Cowards Punch, coward with an S, cowardspunchcampaign.com.